Shoppers, did you know that by exploring unique merchandise at Goodwill, you help others succeed? That by unearthing treasures at Goodwill, you help us to preserve our planet. And by scoring savvy bargains, you help others achieve. When you shop at Goodwill, you support our mission of changing lives through education, training, and employment. And you keep tens of millions of pounds of useful items out of landfills. We call it style with a purpose. Visit Give It To, that's the number 2, goodwill.org/style for details.
Blog Talk Radio.
I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. And I'll be okay. I'm not big on social graces. Think I'll slip on down to the oasis. So I've got friends in low places.
Hello, I'm Lisa Dabrowski, and I have Friends in Low Places, and this is Friends in Low Places. Tonight, we're going to have Xtina Marie with us. My co-host is Casey Hills, Queen of Horror. Casey, are you there? Xtina, are you there?
I am here. I didn't know if you had me on mute or something because, I'm normally on mute for a second there because James is kind of mean to me sometimes. I am here, though. How are you?
Great. Yeah, it sounds like something James would do, mute you.
I know. Do you know, a couple weeks ago, I got talking about baseball, which he hates baseball, and he put me on mute in the middle of the show, and I didn't even know I was on mute, so it was really mean. But I think I got him back because a couple weeks ago, not the same week, of course, he got, booted out of the system, so I got to talk about baseball all I wanted, and he couldn't do anything about it, so that was kind of fun. So, what are we going to talk about tonight?
Well, you're the Dark Poetry Princess. I guess we're going to talk about some of your poetry.
Okay.
We're going to catch up on a few things.
Yes, I want to catch up. We have not talked in a really long time, and this is it's like a reunion. This is really cool because we started a show. How long ago was it? It was
over a year ago.
Over that, or a year and a half ago or something. Yes, I remember.
What's your favorite horror film?
Right. What's your favorite? Oh my gosh. Yes. Actually, you know what I just watched recently was what is that called? Oh, Hellraiser. I watched Hellraiser for the first time. Everybody was telling me I had to watch this. Who's talking?
Casey,
Hi,
with
Casey.
us?
Yes,
Hi,
sorry.
Casey.
I tried using the host pin, but I didn't know Lisa called in.
Oh, I didn't. Our producer uses the host pin. We're just all guests.
Ah.
We all float down here.
Do you know I never saw it? And I never even read the book. So I'm going to have to change that because I'm hearing it's really good. Actually, people are either saying it was really, really good or it really, really sucked. There's no in-between at all. So have either one of you seen the new one?
I haven't seen the new one. I've had enough with clowns lately. So.
You can never have too many clowns, can you? Come on now. Ooh, shit.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. No, I don't think I've ever really been afraid of clowns. Ghosts and demons, that's what, scares me pretty bad. Clowns, I'm just if it's coming at me, in a dark corner, I don't even know. That might be a little different, but I've never really been scared of clowns. So I have to keep remembering that I'm not the host and I'm a guest. So if I talk in over people, just tell me to shut up because, my co-host James, he does tell me to shut up all the time.
He used to never tell me to shut up.
Maybe he was being nice because now I think he enjoys, being bossy to me or something. I really think he enjoys it. But, I do tend to babble a lot. I do, but I don't like awkward silences, so I try to fill them as much as I can with anything. So we were talking about like scary movies a second ago, and what is your favorite scary movie?
What is your favorite scary movie, Casey?
She can say Hellraiser, isn't she?
I have too many scary movies just to name one. I've been a fanatic horror watcher since I was 3 years old.
Three? Who's letting a 3-year-old watch scary movies?
My mama did. I watched Candyman when I was 3 years old.
Oh my God, that's awful. I thought I was bad. My dad let me watch The Exorcist when I was like 8, and that totally freaked me out. What's our rating? Are we rated R? Can I curse, or am I not allowed to curse?
We're explicit.
Okay, great.
We dropped the F-bomb.
Okay, great, because The Exorcist totally fucked me up. It really did. But I think
I
now...
watched The Exorcist when I was 3.
Oh, God. Oh, man. No, I still can't see Linda Blair. Like, there was this commercial she was on once, and this was, I don't know, a good 10, 15 years ago probably, and just that alone freaked me out. You've seen her in a commercial, and she was grown up by then, but no, I can't even see her without kind of freaking out just a little bit. But I think my favorite scary movie, I love the Halloween remakes. The Rob Zombie ones. I love those. I thought those were so cool. I think those were probably my favorite.
Those were good. They go into the backstory of Michael Myers a lot.
Yeah. And so gruesome. One of the first scenes where I think it's the kid is killing Michael is a kid and he's killing the dog or something. Oh my God, that was so gruesome. I was cringing, I really was. But that's also when a movie can make you do that. Like totally mess you up. So, what about you, Lisa? Come on,
I think my favorite is The Exorcist, I think.
Oh, really? I'm not saying it wasn't good, but it was just, and I was brought up Baptist, religious, so, I always thought that, that kind of stuff could actually happen, so I think that's why it was even scarier for me. But even when I'm reading something like a haunting or a possession or something like that, I totally freak myself out. And I'm thinking I shouldn't even be reading this. This is like demonic, and it's going to get me. And they know that I'm reading this.
That's why that's why it's my favorite, because I know it can really happen.
For a dark poet princess, as I claim to be, I really get wigged out and scared really easy, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I love to be scared, but at the same time, I get terrified. I really do.
Yeah, you're a total wimp.
I knew you were going to say that. I know. It's funny because I have so many horror authors and people that are in the horror genre on my friends on Facebook, and they post sometimes some of the most disturbing things, and I'm the one that's always going, oh my God, eek, I'm like scared and stuff.
I think we have a caller. Caller, are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, yes, we can hear you, darling.
Hello there. I'd like number 42, please. 42. Can I have that with fried rice? Yeah, and I want to. I'd like a 60. How much for 69? How much is 69? Yeah. Can I have? I want that with Singapore lo mein, but not too spicy. It goes right through me.
I would love some Chinese right now, James.
And can I some of those little biscuits with a message in? Like them. They're great. Give them to the dog, and they put out little messages the next day. It's great.
I have a funny story about the little fortune cookies and the fortunes inside of them. I had a memory come up on Facebook from like a year ago. I think it was 2 years ago. I was out with my son at a Chinese restaurant, and he opened up his little fortune cookie, and there was no fortune in there. And I was like, oh, Sean,
loser.
I know. I was like, it's been fun knowing you.
Well, it's funny. My kids, because they're always a bit crap. My kids just make shit up. My daughter, India, she got one. I said, well, what's yours? She says, you will shortly be eating a fortune cookie. Brilliant, and it was uncannily accurate. It was uncannily. Well, she's on the show tonight. Actually, we've got Indie Corner again tonight, so let's stay up a bit past the bedtime because she's reviewing a children's book. So yeah, she's been vigilantly. She's actually singing Meghan Trainor songs at the moment, but she's been sadly do that. So Lisa and Casey, how are you guys?
Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you, James.
Good. Well, okay, that's enough about you. Let's talk about me now, shall we?
Yes, darling. How are you? Why won't you come on my show?
I'm on now. I'm on now. Here I am. But yeah.
This is a reunion of the old panic room. You know that, don't you, darling?
It is, isn't it? It's exciting. I'm moist, I have to say, very, very moist. So
I think you need to turn on a fan.
have none of you guys seen it yet? I know she's only just seen Hellraiser. She's that lame. She's only because I bullied her into it.
I know. I
humiliated
didn't think you were
on the air.
Me. I didn't think you were going to talk to me anymore.
I will never speak to you again unless you watch Hellraiser. No, we went to see it at the weekend. I took the kids, and it was good. I mean, India loved it. My son was bored. He was bored through most of it. It was good. It was good. I think for me, I mean, Bill Skarsgård did a cracking job at Pennywise. But for me, it's got to be Tim Curry. He's it for me.
I don't really have any.
What?
I was just going to say I don't really have any frame of reference because I didn't read the book and I didn't watch the first movie.
That's because you're crap. To be honest.
I love you too, James.
To be honest, you're just rubbish. You're rubbish.
Don't you read horror novels at all, Xtina?
No, I do. I read a ton of...
she had mine. She had peed for what, a year? And she's, I've read the first chapter tonight. You've had it a year. It's taken her longer to read it than it took me to write it, is the honest truth.
But I did read your last one, Tenebrian. I say it wrong every time. Yes, and I loved it.
No, you did. You read that in like a week, which was astounding. Yes. I was like, wow. So why did it take you so much to read the other one?
Well, I made my excuse, and it was because I didn't have it in Kindle, and I can't open it up and break the binding. So but now
I gave you in Kindle, and I said no excuses.
Yes. So now I don't have any excuse. I have to read it.
No, there you go.
And I've been blind for 10 years, and I've read.
Exactly. I mean, Lisa's read. So and congratulations on your surgery as well, Lisa. That's amazing.
Thank you.
It's amazing. So yeah, I mean, it is probably one of my favorite King book actually, next to Salem's Lot. But yeah, the movie was good. I mean, there was a lot of jump scares and a lot of CGI and all the goings on, and they built up the tension pretty good. And the kids acted their pants off. It was the kids were just wow. I mean, one of the kid who played Richie was in Stranger Things. And he is an absolute superstar. He was brilliant. Some of the one-liners they gave him, and he delivered them with such pizzazz. He's got a big future, that kid. It'll be interesting to see who they cast for the adult version, the part 2. Because last I heard, they hadn't actually cast that yet.
Oh wow!
I think I'll do it. I'll be Pennywise, and I'll do that.
And to answer your question, Lisa, I do read horror novels. I do, and I read a ton of Stephen King. And I'm really excited. Has anybody else seen that? I guess it's going to be on Netflix on like the 29th or something. Gerald's Game. Has anybody read the book?
I'm so. Do you know they've snuck that
Gerald's Game. I love that.
Me too.
Gerald's Game.
That's
I only read
right
that.
up my alley. It's S&M gone bad.
Family show. I only read it because Xtina mentioned it. She said how good it was.
It's not a family show,
It wasn't really a horror book, as I would call a horror book, but it was bloody good. I read it in I think 2 sittings. Far too long to be on the toilet, to be honest. But it was excellent. I hope that if they do the movie, if they stay true to the book, it will be awesome.
Yeah. I've actually read it a few times.
It's a movie, isn't it? They've not made it into a 39-part mini-series like they do and then just spoil it.
Right. I don't know their names, but both actors that are playing like Gerald and the wife, I forget her name. I like them both. Like I couldn't name them for you, but I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, I like both of them. So I'm really excited about it because it's probably one of my.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
love Rose Madder too. Did you read Rose Madder?
Rose Madder, was that the? No, that was horrible.
Well, see,
that was the one where she went into the painting and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
see, I like
that was dreadful. It was really if they just stuck to the bit about her chasing the husband she left chasing her.
Yeah. See, I liked every part of it.
If that had been Dinar Koontz, that would have been it, But then there was all going to the picture and all this fantasy land. Oh, for fuck's sake, King, what are you doing?
No, okay, I liked every part of that except for the weird supernatural stuff. Like, I mean,
It did not need it, did it?
Yep. No, it didn't. It really didn't.
But speaking of supernatural, I had a supernatural sort of occurrence this evening. It's very evening. We, my dog, Lisa will remember Fifi, won't you, Lisa?
Yes, I remember Fifi.
My dog Fifi, but came in. He let all the dogs out this morning, and he came back in. He's not got his collar on. I mean, he's been on a diet because he's a bit of a fat bastard. And when he gets overweight, because he's sort of really big at the front, his back legs he struggles a little bit. Getting up and down like a little old man. So he's been on his diet. So he's on rations, and he's no leftover food and all the rest of it. And of course, he's naked now. He's got like a 26-inch neck, and his neck had shrunk, and he's lost his collar in the back. And I went out and looked for it, couldn't find it. And India got home. I thought, she's little, she can go and have a look in all the bushes and that. And I was just about to ask her, right, can you go out and our puppy, Mike, came in with it in his mouth. How exciting is that? It's like, he was really pleased with this. I found what I found, me.
Every time you mention the puppy Mike, to me that's so cute. Who named the puppy Mike, by the way? Who came up?
Technically it's my son's. He's August's dog. His girlfriend bought him it. He's a lab German Shepherd. He's only about 3 months old. I mean, he said, I want to call it Mike. Well, okay. And it suits him. It does actually suit him. He took a little Mike, really sweet. He fetches twigs, big, massive twigs, like, 6-foot twigs in from the back, because we had a lot blown down with the hurricane, and he brings these things, drags them in, for fuck's sake, and then we're stepping on bits of chewed up. I suppose I should hoover more often, but steps on these little bits of twigs everywhere. You just don't do that. It's just, my life's terrible.
I think I need a big dog. I have 2 little ones, and they just are the most yappy little and annoying dogs ever. And I actually have one in my room with me, and before I called in, I looked at him and I said, "You start barking, I am going to kill you." Now, of course, he didn't understand what I was saying, but I thought I had to make
Oh, yes, the little bastard understood. Believe me, I used to have 2 yappers.
They know. They do know. Well, I would chihuahuas like that. He just looks at me like, yeah, fuck you. He's really got a look. He's like, fuck you. I'm going to go shit on the dining room carpet now, you know. And he does.
Oh, my God.
He goes out, and I'll watch him. I'll shut the door and stand for as long as it takes him to crack. And he saves a bit. And then he comes in, and, he's been, right, we're good. And he saved a bit, and he goes and does it on the dining room carpet. And it's like, why? And it's because he hates me, and I hate him, and it's just, that's the dynamic we've got going on. We actually hate each other.
Well, okay, my dog, I think, is getting older, and I'm blaming maybe his age on his behavior, because now he gets so excited when I go to take him for a walk, and I go to put his collar on him, and he starts peeing right there because he's so excited. But I'm going to say it's his age, because otherwise I'd kill him.
He's a nervous peer. If he gets overexcited or frightened, a little bit of wee comes out. I suppose a bit like me, really. I suppose I'm at that age now.
That's like old men. When men get older, when they get excited, it comes before its time.
I know. Well, it's funny. I read. There's a great meme, Lisa, the other day about you're getting old when you're going past the restroom. You think, I'll pop in while I'm here. I'll just nip in. I'll squeeze. I'll do that. I'm sort of instilling it in India now. So before we head out, we're going somewhere in the car. And so, I don't need to go. We'll just go squeeze one out. I'll go. I am. I don't need to go, but just think I'll go squeeze because you guarantee you're in the car 5 minutes. Oh, I need to go now. So it's tragic, really.
Yeah, I don't think I'm quite there yet.
Are you going
maybe in
to
a
talk
couple
about,
years.
Are you going to talk about poetry and that, or is this going to be an exciting show?
I don't know. I'm having fun. I think we're having fun, aren't we?
I'm going to drone about bloody poetry. I mean, for really.
Don't you know? Oh, bloody poetry! Don't you want to hear some of her dark musings? She's a dark poetry princess, darling.
I've read it. It's all right, I suppose, but
Wait,
know.
We can talk about baseball.
No, let's not
talk about that.
You know, my baseball game is on right now.
I don't care.
I know.
Don't care.
Okay, I was going to tell you, Lisa, that
couldn't care less.
I sent James a poem that I wrote, and I thought it was really, really good. And I'm like, what do you think? He's like, it's really poemy. That's what he said.
Yeah, well, it was. It was.
It's poemy.
Poemy. Yeah. It was very poemy, I thought, in my humble opinion, on such matters.
As opposed to what, though?
As opposed to not poemy. Or unpoemy, I suppose would be the technical term. Which is like proper writing. Proper writing.
The proper word.
I just thought poetry was for people who couldn't string a sentence together, to be honest. But I mean, to be fair, we speak to poets on our show, and I think I'm jealous, to be honest.
We
I can't
have
write
another
poetry.
caller going to join us.
Oh, who is it? Is it somebody fun?
Caller, are you there?
Who is it? Who's there? I bet it's a poet. I bet it's a fucking poet ringing to give me a kick in.
Caller. You scared him off, James. Caller, are you there?
No, I'm sorry. My phone was stuck on me. What do you want me to do? Jeez, just yell at me, why don't you? You know you miss me, Lisa. Come on, admit it. You miss me. You wanted me to call in. You doesn't even know who I am. I'm sad now.
I don't know who this is. I mean, but then again, it's not my show, so I don't have to know. So that's all right. So who are you?
At one point, I was Lisa's favorite person. Now I'm thinking not so much.
Ledger. Michael, no.
Yes, the myth, the man, the legend. I have called in.
Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed that I didn't recognize your voice.
Michael, you put your posh voice on. How are you, sir?
I am awesome, dude. How are you?
I'm reasonably okay, thank you. We're still recovering from Harvey down here, as you know. But good to hear your voice, sir.
Yes,
you as well, man.
This is like an awesome reunion because on a couple of shows on the Panic Room, when James wasn't there and Michael, filled in, and that was so much fun.
Yes, he did. That was brilliant. That was very good of him. Very good of you as well, Michael. Thank you.
Remember when Anthony wanted Michael No to be our gimp?
Oh God.
Yeah.
And the bad thing is, I had to Google what a gimp was. I had no idea.
Oh, really? Oh my goodness me.
I did. I didn't know.
You said excuse for an adult, you.
Yeah. So, Lisa, how's the vision going? You seem a little bit better?
Yeah, I mean, I can actually see now. It's like a miracle. For 10 years, I couldn't see, and now I can actually see people's faces on TV. It's like, wow.
That is awesome.
I can see the numbers on the clock.
Well, my question to you now is, how many fingers am I holding up?
Probably one, and it's your middle one.
My guess was 2. One in both hands.
I'm saying 12.
I know.
My guess.
Casey there somewhere. I know Casey's got to be around there somewhere, lurking in the shadows.
Right here.
Casey, where did you disappear to?
I didn't disappear.
By the time our show is over with tonight, James, I'm probably going to be seeing double because I started drinking already.
Oh, seriously? Oh, my goodness.
What is
It's going
it?
to be a lively one, then.
You see, I've noticed that with a lot of podcasts. Y'all are some lucky, man. You just drink heartily throughout the entire show. It's like a drinking game. That's why Casey's so quiet, because she's hammered drunk right now. She's under her desk.
That's it. Yeah, she's drifting in and out of consciousness.
I wish.
Which is fine. Which is a tremendous state to be in. But I never do. Because I know. Between me and Xtina, at least one of us needs to be compos mentis, and it's never her. So.
Yeah, but you don't need alcohol. Just give him a Monster, and he sounds like he's
on
something. I'm not sure if it's really drunk, but it's definitely
to be
fun.
drunk would be alcohol. Well, I mean, the story was my daughter and her friend had cracked one of my Monsters open in the fridge and had a sip, and then realised it tasted like cat's piss. And they left it, and I thought, well, it's going to go flat, and I'm not going to throw it away, so I'll have that. And it was like an hour before the show, and I was buzzing. It was great. It was a great time.
I've never had an energy drink either, so there's so many things that if I played that stupid game, Never Have I Ever, I would lose so bad.
I tell you, this week, if it wasn't for Monster, I would have not functioned awfully, because the kids went back to school this week. Obviously had an extra 2 weeks because of Harvey. And we're back. I'm up at 5:30. We've gone from 13 weeks of getting up when we wanted to 5:30 to get the boy off to school. His bus is at sort of 17 minutes past 6. So I've got to get up, run up and down the stairs a dozen times to make sure he's up. And then I can't go back to bed. And obviously the little one, her bus is like 8:30. So I'm up and I'm working. And it's funny, I get to sort of like 11 and I feel like... I'm going to pack in. Oh, it's only 11. I've done like a day's work. It's still morning. And then I start, I want my dinner. About 3, I'm starving for my dinner.
Mm.
And it's like, why am I really... Oh, because relatively, this is like dinner time. So it's killing, it's really kicking my ass this week. So if I'm not off halfway through the show, then nobody will care, to be honest.
Now, speaking of
as long as I press the
school,
buttons.
and do you know what has happened this week for my child? He's a good kid. I swear he is, and he has never once swore in front of me, ever, ever, ever. But I get this call, 2 days ago, that I had to go pick him up from school because he got in trouble for swearing on the bus. Now,
Excellent.
Well, here's the funny part is that, he's got to go on 2 different buses. So the one bus takes him to the elementary school. The elementary school then takes him to the middle school. So he gets stopped in the elementary school by the principal there because he's swearing. And he starts spouting off to the principal about his rights as an American. I'm like, oh my God.
No.
Now, my question
anyway,
is
he is
what was the
suspended
swear word?
from the bus now for like 5 days.
Yeah, we want to know, what did he say? Michael and I want to know what was the word he used. Was it a really bad one?
Well, it's a really bad one. According to his write-up, he said the use of the F word and the S word repeatedly. So I'm assuming fucking shit. Yeah.
Shit is not technically a swear word. Shit
I think we have another caller.
To be honest, it's not. But fuck, yeah.
Do we have another caller?
Do we have another caller? Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I heard something about drinking on podcasts, so I just stopped by to hang out.
So you were drunk already. You decided to come by.
Yeah,
So, well, see, technically, John takes his herbal supplements before every show, so he's not really drinking technically during the show. It's more bong related.
Yeah, no one knows how we do it. So anyway, hi everybody. Hi Lisa, Casey, James, Xtina. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi, Roger.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired. This week kicked my ass, to be honest. So there is that, but yeah, Yeah, he's just getting back into sort of the work routine. He's taking a bit of doing. Started working on a couple of bits and pieces, and it's just you can't be bothered. I've got the house to myself. I'm gonna sit and watch TV naked or something, and then you feel guilty. You've got to work. Yeah. Or is that just me? That could just be me.
We're going to need pictures now that you said that.
No, you do not want pictures. No. No, you do not want pictures.
Isn't the general rule of doing a podcast is you got to do it naked? Am I doing it wrong?
Well, bear in mind that on tonight,
I used to do naked podcasts.
My 8-year-old daughter's on our podcast tonight, so probably not a good idea.
Yeah,
just in case Jared Foley's listening in, obviously, because we don't be inflaming his passions at all. But naked and drunk, I think that would be great. That's the way to do a podcast, I think. In fact, that'd be great. I don't know if you guys ever watched Naked and Afraid, the TV show. I mean, we're big fans of it.
I have.
We call it the Bums and Willies show in our house, because that's pretty much it. Naked and Drunk. Now that I would watch. I would sit and watch that.
I do like that show.
I like it. I like it when they fall out. When they get on, it's like dull. But when they fall out and they're having stroppy fits, it's funny. Me and Indy and I were talking about it the other day. I said, well, because they're allowed to take one item, yeah. So they'll take a bow drill or a machete or whatever. I would take a Best Western hotel with a 24-hour chef. That would be my one item. That I would take.
Now, see,
never mind fire starter.
I was seeing the show, and the black bars throw me off. And if you're allowed to take one item, where the hell are you going to put it? You're naked, you're out in the middle of nowhere. There's no way I'm sticking an axe in my butthole. I'm just saying. That is the last place I would an axe.
They're there for 21 days, so I guess you can have some entertainment. But I mean, it's good. Like I say, I mean, you get them, and they, when they get on really well, it's like they had one couple, and he was all Christianed up and stuff.
And is he the one that wouldn't cuddle with the lady because he was Christian?
They were.
Oh my gosh!
You could hear their teeth chattering outside their little hut they'd made. He refused to cuddle because he was a Christian. For fuck's sake, you moron! I think
because there's nothing
sexy.
There's nothing sexy about that. So
the thing is, if his wife is okay with him going on a show called Naked, and he's going to be naked for 3 weeks, a stranger woman, she's not with that. But if you can go on the show and everything, you know about and all that going on. You can see her funwari. But what you can't cuddle at night. Even if you're freezing, you're getting hypothermic, you can't cuddle. Well, don't go on the show, really.
Yeah.
It's like saying to Stephen Hawking, well, you can go on the Big Bang Theory, but you can't go in your wheelchair.
Me, if I was on this show, I would wait till everybody's asleep, and I would just teabag everyone. Maybe like Christmas and shit, right?
You would. You've been hanging out with Doc too much.
I was going to say, that sounds like the penis party.
I would be blessing everybody with the penis. No,
and just film it on your little handy cam, and then at the end of the show, so look, I did this. Look at this is me. That's my in your mouth. I did that.
Oh my God!
I'm so proud
Everybody
of myself.
Have a mushroom stamp. It would be glorious.
I'm too sober right now for this.
Excellent. I like that. So yes, I think naked and drunk. I think he's going to be probably the next season. That would be great. Just get a load of people. Although to be fair, that's Love Island, isn't it? That's pretty much naked and drunk. And the funny thing is, I mean, they report that in England. I mean, it's a big viewing in England, and it's all like shock horror couple. They had sex. Well, isn't that the point of the show? Really? You get all these young, gorgeous people semi-naked on an island, endless booze, and then get shot because they have sex. Well, seriously, I mean, what did you think was going to happen? Really?
Yeah.
Form a choir or something.
This show's gone so long. I'm surprised that nobody has stuck like heroin in their butthole yet. Just like little condoms filled with heroin up the bum.
You don't know that they don't. As soon as because they have corners where there's no cameras, and they just pop it out and chase the dragon a little bit or whatever. And yeah, I'd do that.
Have a little cash crop on the island.
Yeah.
Here's the heroin. Stick it up your bum. Yeah. Hold that for me.
Well, I have to say, I'm speaking of. I need a poo, so I'm going to duck out now. So it's been. I need to. I have to, otherwise it's going to be messy. So it's been. Thank you for having me on, Lisa and Casey. It's been real.
Thank you, James.
And I'll see you in a couple hours.
Yes. If you can stay sober and I can stay awake, otherwise it's going to be a very, very dull show.
We have a show tonight, so you better stay awake.
I'm doing well. I'm having a nice big poo. Will probably start. With that help a little bit. So I will make sure everybody tunes into ours tonight. I will speak to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
That was
Lisa.
so much fun.
Casey, did you have any questions for Xtina? Haven't heard from you in a long time.
You scared her off.
That's what happens when there's a lot of voices in the room.
I know. I have a tendency to kind of fall out, too, when there's so much talking going on, because I don't want to talk, over somebody. But it's awesome when there's, so many people and so many things going on. It is. It's kind of fun. So I don't even know who all we have. I know we have Lisa, and I know Casey, and I know Michael. But is there somebody else there? Because I don't know who that is.
John
No, I'm
Ledger.
nobody. Just ignore me.
Would be better off if you ignored him, trust me.
Who is it?
John Ledger, but ignore him. He's not there.
Okay, I think I know him on Facebook, but I don't think you've even ever said anything. Hi, I'm Xtina. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Lisa.
He's on the road to drunkenness. Yes.
I just wanted to let you know that the producer of the show, who, as you know, is listening, said she absolutely loves James Longmore's voice.
I know.
I personally didn't. I didn't understand a word he said, but I just wanted to let you know that she loved it.
Oh, the first time that we had him, me and Lisa did a show a long time ago for a little bit, and we had James on as a guest. And I remember the first time I said to him that I wanted to call him James Say It Again Longmore, because I just was in love with his voice. But now that I hear it so often, I'm not as impressed as I once was. And I'm glad he's not online anymore, so he's not going to holler at me.
I was never impressed with his voice.
I loved his voice, and I still do, but I hear it all the time.
Well, just because I know a lot of European people. My husband's from Germany. It's just but I like James Longmore as a person. He's a friend of mine. But
speaking of voices, we had this one, Keelan Patrick Burke, and he has this amazing voice, and it was like an Irish accent, and oh my gosh, I think I drooled the entire time he was on our show. Seriously, we had a listener who said that they could see drool bubbles coming out of their speakers when I was talking.
That's a little disturbing.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
That's what happens to Michael when Doc talks.
That only happened once, that only happened once, but I was drunk. No.
that happened during an epic rap battle.
Now, I have to say I love the song, the Friends in Little Places. I'm not a country fan, but I did love that song, and I did like Garth Brooks, and so the song was really cool. But I have to admit, there was a teeny little bitty part of me that was like, they should really play Sex Metal Barbie for me when I come on. That's that was my joke when I would do a Facebook takeover. I would be like, I want this song queued up, and nobody doesn't have to do it myself. And when Michael was with me on the Panagram, he actually played Sex Metal Barbie for me, and I was so excited. But I guess you guys hate me or something.
It's my bad. I completely forgot about it.
Oh, how could you forget about that?
To be fair, Casey's been harassing me all day. So she's been a little preoccupied. That's what she does. She harasses me, busts my chops every 5 minutes. Yeah.
So what was she harassing you about?
The usual. Not writing enough, not editing fast enough. What else was it? Yeah, the usual.
I sent him an "I love you" heart, so he can't say that.
She only did that because I was yelling.
He yelled at me in PM. He yelled at me.
Aww.
Yeah,
and
I'm not gonna lie.
Isn't his nickname like Cuddle Snuggle? What is your nickname? What is that?
Cuddle Snuggle Muffin or some crap like that.
Yeah,
that was
Cuddly
so
Snuggle
funny.
Muffin.
I love that. Yes, I did. I remember that. That was a fun show, by the way.
That was insane.
Yeah. So what is everybody reading right now? Anything good? In silence. Nobody's reading anything, really?
I was waiting for Casey and Lisa to chime in there.
Wait, what?
I'm reading the toilet paper package. I don't know.
Okay, well, I will share what I'm reading. We had on our show like 2 weeks ago, I think it was, Jeff Strand, and I decided to read one of his books before I was on the show, so I kind of knew what what to talk about and stuff. And it was this book called Blister, and oh my gosh, I loved it so much. I think I ran around for like a whole week shoving it down anybody's throats that would listen to me. I'm like, you have to read this book. It is so funny. And, I mean, it's like classified as horror, but it made me laugh like out loud so many times. So now I'm on my third Jeff Strand book, and I've gotten, as many people as I can to read him just because he's so amazing. He really is. So if anybody has, the time or whatever, you should check out his books because they're really good.
Okay.
And he didn't pay me to say that either, I promise.
No, he's good. I've read a couple of his books. I've read Dead Clown Barbecue and laughed heartily throughout. It's just like a comedic horror genre kind of thing that he does. It's really good.
Yep. I read Blister first, then I went to Cyclops Road, which I think that what I love best about his writing is that he gives you an idea, that right in the beginning it tells you that there's going to be like a Cyclops. I don't believe in Cyclops, I really don't, and I never really wanted to read something that I couldn't wrap my head around, like I couldn't actually believe in. But he makes you suspend your belief. He really does. And, the whole time I'm reading this book, I'm like, there's not going to be a real Cyclops. And then, whether there is one or there isn't one, by the time you get to that part, you're so wrapped up into the story that, he could have had, like, flying monkeys or something, and you would, like, buy it, I mean, this is awesome. It really is. So now I'm reading Wolf Hunt, which is my third one from him, and that's all I've been reading, back-to-back books by him. So that's definitely a huge plug for him because he's really awesome.
Cool.
And again, he didn't make me say that, I promise.
You said you expected $20 at the end of the show.
I'll never tell.
So speaking of books, Christina.
Oh God!
You had Dark Musings drop last year in May, and then you had Light Musings drop in November. Two totally different contrasting poetry books. Can you explain to us why such a difference in your poetic style?
No, not really. Let's see. Dark Musings. Okay, let me see. I've been wanting to write, and I've liked writing like horror ever since I was like in middle school. I mean, that's what I used to do. I used to write scary stories for my friends and pass them around in class, and they would love them and ooh and ah. But poetry was just something I did, when I was by myself and when I was sad or when something like that. So, and it was never anything I shared with anybody ever most of the time. And so, I mean, it wasn't anything that I really concentrated on. And then I had a friend, a Facebook friend. I'm not going to mention who it was, but I'm pretty sure all of you guys know. He came to me with he's like, how would you like to put together a, dark poetry book? And I was like, wow, I was, and I jumped at it. I thought that was really cool. But they were a bunch of poems that I had been collecting for a couple of years, and, going through some really dark things that I had in my life. So that was dark musings, and light musings, I guess, was just a softer side of me that I'm not in as dark of a place as I was when I wrote a lot of the poetry for dark musings. And light musings was a lot harder to release for me because, it's more personal, I guess, maybe in a sense. And I didn't know if it would, because I read some of the poems from light musings. I'm like, oh my God, they're so sappy. That's just not me, But I guess it is me, and I guess that they both have their different. I don't know. They're both there for a reason, and I think they're equally as important to me or something. And I am about maybe. I don't know. I'm really close to another book of dark or actually not dark poetry. It's going to be a mixture, actually. There's probably more dark than light, but it's not, one or the other. It's kind of like a mixture of both. That I have to say, some of the poems that are darker than man, there was this one series like I was writing. There's like 3 poems to it. And the first one I wrote, I got done, and I'm like, that's really good, but oh my God, is it fucked up? And then the second one I wrote, I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. And I won't even share these poems with my boyfriend. I won't. He will never be able to read these. I've even told him when the book comes out, I'm going to rip these pages out. You cannot read them, because I think he'd be scared for his life. I really do. But they were a lot of fun to write. So
they were like horror poetry.
What happened?
I said they were horror poetry.
Yeah, definitely,
horror.
definitely. Yeah. And that's for some reason I'm more comfortable writing in the in the dark there, because I want to create some kind of emotion, even if it's not like you're scared or something. I want you to maybe cringe or something. And I think that with dark musings, I accomplished that. I think that a lot of the poems you could get done. That was a weird sentence. You would get done and be like, wow, that would give you something to think about, And even though I think, and I enjoyed writing some of the, I enjoyed writing all the poems from light musings, it was just different. It was a different kind of release for me, when I would get done writing. But, so I am more comfortable in the dark. I am.
So the book that you were talking about that you've been preparing with the newer set of poems, since you have a dark musings and a light musings, is a tentative title for it Gray Musings?
No, I'm thinking I want to step totally away from any kind of musings there. It's kind of been played out for me. And I do have a tentative title that I'm not quite ready to release yet, just because it's a little too soon, but I'm excited about it, and it's way more than halfway done. I'll say that, but I have other projects. I proofread and I edit some stuff for Hellbound, and I have things going on. So I've had to push my personal stuff aside occasionally and just get to it when I have free time. And so, when I get to it, I don't even know. I'm hoping that maybe, oh, my God, my stupid cat keeps getting on my computer. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. So was I going to, and I can't believe I'm bringing this up because this is probably the most nervous that I've been here, but did you guys want me to read a poem?
Yes.
Yes, we'd like to hear a poem.
Yeah, I knew you would. And I've been practicing. I know, this is, I'm so used to being a host, and I get to sit back during the readings and drink. That's the one fun part about that, is I can sit back and drink. And, okay, anyway. The one I wanted to read, it's Black Widow, which I remember when I wrote it, and it was the first time I decided to write a poem that wasn't that I didn't feel really, that I wasn't emotionally connected to, because most of the other ones were something that I was dealing with at the time. But this is like I came up with a concept, and I just was like, let's see what will happen. So it's called Black Widow, and it's in Dark Musings, which is published by Hellbound Books. It's I bow to my demons, so obedient and coy. I like to make him think I'm his humble little toy. I worship at his feet, never once meeting his eye, for if he looks too closely, he'll see that I have lied. I offer everything that I have and that I am, all in hopes this is the moment he'll give in and take my hand. He leads me to his lair, and I submit to what he needs, never knowing when the time is right, it won't be me who bleeds. He kisses ever so softly, but it burns all the same, and we make love in hell, drawing closer to the flame. I know what he wants, and I match him thrust for thrust, and he weakens and he wavers, and now I have his trust. When he's satisfied and drifting off to his hellish dreams, I plunge my knife into his heart, patiently listening for his screams. His eyes grow wide, his heartbeat quickens, and he looks at me in wonder. I caress his cheek so softly and whisper, say goodbye to me, my lover. Blood on my hands, I kiss his lips and prepare to leave his room. I'm still the bride, the Black Widow, but he's no longer groom. I follow the path back to my hell, casting my eyes around. There he is, my next victim, and I prepare to take him down. Yay!
Now, don't you have a part 2 to that poem as well?
I did. I think I even had like part 2 and 3 and 4, but that was my favorite. That one for me, I think, like every line. Just, are you laughing? Why are you laughing? It just seemed, that whole poem to me seemed to just flow so perfectly. And part 2 and 3 and 4, whatever, they had their bumps or whatever, but I think that one was, the one I'm most proud of, I think.
Those were actually my favorite ones out of the book.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to write. It was. And I did pick a poem out of Light Musings to read, and it's going to have all you horror, people going, oh, gag me and stuff. But, the Dark Poet Princess has a mushy-gushy heart, and, she was crazy in love when she wrote this, but it's called The Perfect Poem Composed. I want to be the sun that shines through every cloud, the familiar face in every crowd. I want to be the rains that cleanse you anew, the moisture on the flowers from the early morning dew. I want to be the star that lights up the sky, the feeling you get from a natural high. I want to be the whisper from the gentle breeze, the rustling of the leaves from the nearby trees. I want to be the fragrance from the blooming flowers, the magic that you feel in the early morning hours. I want to be the voice in your ear when you can't hear any sound, the arms you feel, the warmth that surrounds. I want to be your sight when your eyes are closed, the words on the page, the perfect poem composed. I want to be the touch on your skin that eases every pain, the sparkling bubbles from the first sip of champagne. I want to be the rushing of your blood, the pounding of your heart, the lighting of the match, the spark in the dark. I want to be the air in your lungs when you've forgotten how to breathe, everything you'll ever want, everything you'll ever need. Aww. So mushy. Did I scare you all away with the mush? Did I?
No, that actually sounded kind of stalkerish. I was impressed. I'm like, man. I'm like waiting for dudes, I was just like waiting for some dude to show up on my front porch with flowers and some candy and then a gun. Died.
No, that was love. I don't know what you're talking about, stalker. It's love.
Now, do you find it easier to write rhyming poetry as opposed to free verse?
I have never done free verse ever, so totally rhymes. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't understand. To me, when and I have so much respect for somebody who can do free verse. And I read different types and stuff, and some I read and I'm like, wow, that is so good. But I can't do it. I mean, I sit down and if it's like if it doesn't rhyme, to me it's like, okay, that's just a paragraph, So I just don't get it, I guess. I don't. And I have worked on 2 separate poetry anthologies. So I've gotten to read a bunch of different kinds of poetry, and I have respect for all of them. I really do. But I have never been able to, write anything aside from the the rhyming ones. And I remember a comment you made one time, Casey, about you writing rhymes, and you're like, I think it sounds cheesy or something like that. And now I have some poetry that I wrote back when I was, in my teens, and I look back on that, and like I rhymed every single line instead of like every other line, and boy, some of that was pretty cheesy. It really was. But it was still fun, and for me, it's interesting to mess with the sentences. Like if I have a word and I really want to use this word, but I can't find like a rhyme for it or something like that, sometimes I can rearrange the sentence, put the word somewhere else where it still makes sense. And to me, that's fun. It's just like putting a puzzle piece together or something. And we had a guest on the show a couple months back who introduced me to something called a micro short. Has any of you guys heard of those before?
I was actually getting to ask you about your micro shorts that I've been reading in the New Romantics group.
Yes, I love them. I do. We had a guy, Dustin LaValle, I think is how you pronounce his last name, and he sent me his book, and it had a number of these micro shorts, and I looked him up, and it's supposed to be like a cross between a haiku and a novel. Like, say a haiku and a novel have a baby, and that's like a micro short. And it's like anywhere between like 100 and 300 words of, really something intense, like something like just a short, like a scene. And which I thought was so cool with when I was reading Dustin's book, because it was like you had this kind of like a glimpse into all these different, just tiny, like imagine if you're driving your car and you look at a house and you can see in the window for just a brief second, you get that glimpse of in that window. Well, that's kind of like what the micro short is. You just get this tiny little glimpse of something, but it still leaves you going, wow, that was powerful, So I was taking my kid to school, and this was like last year, I think, and the first line of this micro short just came to me, and I couldn't stop, thinking about it until I got home and wrote it down. But ever since then, I've been kind of obsessed with them. They're really cool. They really are. You should try to write one. If you're in the New Romantics, why haven't you participated?
I participate a lot because the posts have to be approved. And it takes a while sometimes with mom to approve them, so.
Well, the micro shorts, I have Friday, so, you should definitely add yours to the mix tomorrow, because I have mine all, all ready to go and waiting, because normally I don't get up early enough to, post it in the morning or anything. I still hate mornings.
Most of the time when I post in there, it's just like poetry or my poetry or whatever that I do on Instagram.
Yeah. I've been seeing those, by the way, and they're really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Are we about out of time here? I don't know if you have like an ending or what happens, or.
Yeah, I think we're gonna end the show. So tell us, Xtina, where we can find you at.
I am all over. I am. Where am I? I don't know. That's so funny because I ask these questions on my show, but I don't know where I'm at. I'm on Facebook, Xtina Marie. I have an author page. I think it's Dark Poet Princess. I'm on Twitter as well, just Xtina Marie. It's that picture with a girl that's, just got done killing somebody or whatever. And, I Amazon and Hellbound Books and the Panagram. Don't forget the Panagram. So I thank you so much for having me come on, and I hope I didn't babble too much, but it was a lot of fun. And I'm not drunk enough yet, so I have to drink more.
Thank you for coming tonight, Christina.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'll come back anytime. I won't be as nervous the next time, I promise. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you for coming. We enjoyed having you.
All right, see you on Facebook.
Bye, Xtina.
Bye.
Slip on down to the OA.
Shoppers, did you know that by exploring unique merchandise at Goodwill, you help others succeed? That by unearthing treasures at Goodwill, you help us to preserve our planet. And by scoring savvy bargains, you help others achieve. When you shop at Goodwill, you support our mission of changing lives through education, training, and employment. And you keep tens of millions of pounds of useful items out of landfills. We call it style with a purpose. Visit Give It To, that's the number 2, goodwill.org/style for details.